I do want to talk about research, right? How to choose a research topic, particularly given the fact that research is also a passion of mine, and I do want to explore what that would look like. For some of you that might be in the program and perhaps thinking about what research topic that you should explore for your research, for your dissertation, and I think it's something that finding the right research topic for you will not only inform or shape the way you go about your career, but it has a lot to do with also how far you go in your career, right? But how do you decide on a research topic for your PhD? I think it's a decision that shapes your entire doctoral journey. And while I'm here, I just want to guide you through some of the critical processes that you should expect or might be required, especially as you start to explore and think about what research topic will be useful for you. Now, choosing a research topic isn't just about picking a subject, right? It's not about picking a subject that you're interested in. It's about finding a question that's both intriguing and significant in your field. So that's really where to start. You want to find the problem that it's intriguing to your colleagues, to your professors, a problem that really needs to be solved, something that you've seen based on your professional experience working in your community, or maybe something that you've experienced personally, right? And I think when you start to poke around those questions, there is always a problem. There's always a problem statement that needs to be tackled. And once you figure out what this is, that's the first step, I believe. But I think as you do this, as you start to think about I think you should consider some of this steps. First, you need to immerse yourself in the literature, right? Now, what do I mean by this? It means that you have to read widely and deeply in your area of interest. Once you figure out what that problem is, now look through the literatures and see if someone has published something on a similar topic and see, where to come in and see the gaps in the literature that you would address. Because at the end of the day, I think that no matter what you want to research or do, there's someone that's done something on that particular topic. So find where they stop and extend it. So this is not just about understanding current research. It's really about identifying these gaps, right? The gaps where you can work, where your work can actually contribute something new and valuable. Because science is really an extension, grows incrementally. So you just want to find a gap that you want to fill up as part of your life's work. But next, I think it's important to think about your passion as you're considering this and reading the literature. Ask yourself what topics or issues keep you up at night. For example, for me, I'm interested in attachment processes in adult relationship among adults. And the reason why I was interested in this because I considered myself having to experience attachment abandonment. And so part of my life's course has been to sort of understand what this is and how people can make a meaning despite having a disrupted attachment patterns or an insecure attachment patterns, how people can make meaning out of this and perhaps substitute attachment objects that can help them build corrective relationship to enable them flourish. And so for me, it was more or less about answering questions that I struggled with. And so it's important to think about your passions, right? The topics or issues that keep you up at night, or maybe the things that you really care so much about, right? And think about those things because your PhD journey, it's long and challenging. And so being deeply interested in your topic of interest, it's important for maintaining motivation over the years. And I think this is very important because if you don't pick the right topic, you will eventually get tired at some point and perhaps not want to continue with that process because usually it takes, this is like a 4 or 5 years program. So you want to really stick with a topic that really resonates with you. But now I think let's talk about feasibility because I think it's great to have ambitious ideas, but your topic needs to be manageable within the scope of a doctoral project. Now, what do I mean by this? I'm simply saying that you should consider the resources that you have access to, like the data, the equipment, and also the funding that you have. Now, what kind of data you want to look at, let's say, relationship patterns in a particular community. You should ask yourself, do you have access to those community? If you're going to invite people to participate in your study, would there be some kind of incentive that you should provide? Is there funding available to cover for those incentives? And so those are things that you need to consider, right? And also one of the things around feasibility is also thinking about who's your chair or your supervisor to make sure your advisor has the capacity to actually mentor you through the program, through the particular research. So your topic should be something that you can realistically explore, given these constraints, especially as you factor in the data, the funding, the particular support system that you have. So you have to make sure that feasibility, then you address that particular issue when considering your research topic. So choose research topic that you can realistically explore, right? Given particular constraints, within either your field or within your particular program in that sense. But also, I think it's important to consult with mentors and advisors. And when I say this, I don't mean your dissertation chair. It could also be other professors as well that you have good relationship with, because I think their experience and perspective can be invaluable in helping you really refine your ideas and ensure they are original and relevant and even viable. And so don't hesitate to reach out and discuss your thoughts with them. It's important that you kind of reach out to the right people. But also, lastly, I just want to end with this. I think it's important that you think about the broader impact of your study. Ask yourself, how is your research going to contribute to your field and potentially address larger societal issues? In fact, for me, when I get students the students that I'm mentoring to in their research, during our initial first meetings, the first thing I do is to ask them to write down a problem statement, just to help them to think beyond just their interest in that study, but to think about the big societal issues and how their study or their research question or hypothesis would tackle or address these issues. And so I think this perspective can not only provide direction for your study, but also inspire you throughout your doctoral research, knowing fully well that you're actually addressing a broader issue, right, that directly impacts our society. Because what's the point of doing research if it doesn't have a direct impact in your community or even in your research field? And so as I end with this, I think I want to say this, that deciding your research topic is a journey of exploration and self-reflection. It's about finding the perfect intersection of passion, significance, and I think feasibility. And finding that it's something that will require some of the tips and stuff that I've also shared just now. But I think you should remember that this is your opportunity to make a mark in your field. So I think I would encourage you to choose wisely and also boldly, and make sure that you choose research that is significant enough to kind of move the needle a little bit in your field, right? And solve a societal problem. Thank you for watching. I hope it's been helpful, and I look forward to having more conversations with you. If you do have any question, don't hesitate to reach out to me at vcounted@regent.edu. And also want to thank Dr. Artis for inviting me to share this little nugget with you. And I hope you have a great time. Bye for now.